Hey again, Real Women of Philadelphia and Paula. Hello! Well, today I have an appetizer for you that I am calling my Triple P Puffs, which is to say it's Philly, Pesto, and Phyllo dough. Anyway, it's super easy. It has 3 ingredients and it'll make you look like a pastry chef. You're having friends over, they're calling at the last minute. This is the dish to make. So what you begin with is a box of frozen phyllo dough, and I took out 1/2 of what was in the box, which is a roll that looks like this. And you carefully unroll it. But I'm not going to use all of it, so what I'm going to do is cut a strip from the roll of phyllo dough. It's just going to look like this. Yes, it does kind of go everywhere, but that's cooking for you. Oh my, I want to make one of these tapes without cracking up. So I'm just going to cut a small strip from the roll of phyllo dough and set it aside over here. I'm going to cut another strip for the second batch, a little wider I think, to line the mini muffin tins. Okay, pretty easy there. And just put this away. Cover it with a wet paper towel because it's true what they say about phyllo dough getting really dry on you. Oops, really fast. Get my scissor. Okay, so what you want to do is take those strips that you've cut from the roll of the phyllo dough, and you want to cut them into little squares. Just like this. Just little squares. Stack them up. You don't have to cover them this step with a wet paper towel because you're going to be working with them rather quickly. So I'm going to put this back over here. And this is what I've begun, and I'll finish for you here just to show you how easy this is. This has been covered because it's been sitting here for a little bit. So what I want to do is take a few layers of the phyllo dough and pop them into each mini muffin tin. Okay? Just like this. Just you're making a little shell for our filling, which is a 1/4 cup, 4 ounces or so approximately. 1/4 cup, 1/2 a bar of Philadelphia brand cream cheese. It can be room temperature, it can be refrigerated, either or. And a 1/4 cup of basil pesto. You can buy that jarred in the store. I made my own this morning, but I had time, so either or would work just as well. And of course the phyllo dough. Now, you just make these little cups, and you do not want to go too thick or heavy with the layers of phyllo because then you get a doughy bite, and we want these to be nice, light, tasty appetizers. So, what you do then is you take your cream cheese, take about 1/2 teaspoon per cup, pop it in there. Oops, sticks to the pastry sometimes, but after a few you get the hang of it. Pop another one in there, about 1/2 teaspoon for each muffin cup in the little mini muffin tray. Then on top you want to take your pesto. Now this is about a full teaspoon. And pop it into the phyllo dough cup. About a full teaspoon. And then sort of take your spoon and mash it around out to the edges of the phyllo dough. Have it cover the cream cheese completely. In fact, if you see one that you didn't cover, feel free to go back and do it right. Okay, last one here. Smooth it out to the edges. And what you need to do as well is make sure you spray your mini muffin tin heavily with a cooking spray, because not only will that help them release and come out when it's serving time, but it will help the phyllo dough to crisp up. You put it into a preheated 375-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes only. That's why this is such a great appetizer as well. It cooks up so quickly. You can have your appetizers ready for your company within less than a 1/2 hour, I would say. So I have some here. I finished earlier. And to garnish, what you want to do is take some tomato or some, clean my hand here, some tomato, some pimento would work for this, some roasted red bell pepper strips, and just top each one with the tomato, pimento, or roasted red bell pepper. Oops, a little extra on that one. That one's for me. Okay, so to plate, I like the colors in this. You just pop them out with a teaspoon. Yes, you should be gentle because phyllo dough, it's going to flake on you. When you bite into it, make sure your guests have napkins or plates because it does tend to flake. But as you can see, it's really easy to quickly pop them out of the mini muffin tins and plate them on a nice clear dessert plate. Or even, I think a dark plate would look good with this as well because of the nice light color of the phyllo dough. And now we're coming to the good part. Time for tasting. Okay. Crumb control, but that's what happens. Crispy from the phyllo dough, garlicky, basil-y from the pesto, creamy from the Philadelphia brand cream cheese, and then that bright little note of the tomato on top. It's quick, it's easy, it's delicious. Thank you very much. Nice seeing y'all again, and good eating.